Hi friends, welcome to our today's cybersecurity workshop. So, in this workshop, we will be discussing various domains across which are there in the cybersecurity and relevant job opportunities. So, before we kickstart, let me introduce myself. So, my name is Yogesh Sawant. I've been in this industry for past 10 years, and I have worked with various fintech companies across globe. And till date, I have trained more than 1,000 professionals and mentored them to get their job in cybersecurity. And also, whenever I get a time, I make sure that I spread awareness about cybersecurity through various social media platforms as well as in-person conversations. Okay, so if we talk about my educational background, so I have MTech as my highest qualification in computer science. Also, I am certified risk and information system control expert. This is one of the well-known certification provided by ISACA. Also, I am certified information security manager, and I do have hands-on experience in RPA, that is robotic process automation as well. IBM has issued me Master RPA professional certification. So this is my uh, brief introduction, I would say. So before we get into the actual topic, let me just quickly brief what is the need of having this workshop or having this discussion. So in order to reach a wider audience, we will make this video in both the languages, that is Hindi and English. Okay. So as all of you know, there are so many myths about cybersecurity, or predominantly, there is one major myth about cybersecurity. So, as soon as you heard the word cybersecurity, so most of us will think about cybersecurity is nothing but hacking. It requires, very great coding skills and stuff. But in while working in cybersecurity for more than 10 years, I get to know that it's not only about coding or hacking, it's more than that actually. And because of this myth only, there are so many students or there are so many peoples out there. They, do not even wish to get the insights of this domain. They don't even try to, get into this just because of this myth of this getting job into cybersecurity requires very a techie skills or something like that, but actually it is not like that, friends. So it is very easy to get a job in cybersecurity. So in further slides we will discuss that as well. So first we will discuss why cybersecurity. Okay. And power of cybersecurity. So there are so many rationals which we can discuss or we can talk about when it comes to the uh, discovering the potential of cybersecurity or power of cybersecurity. But in the interest of time, I have uh, gathered four major reasons why we should think about cybersecurity as a future career, or why cybersecurity is very important. So, out of those four major reasons, first one is rising cyber threats. So, as all of you know, day by day, there is a rise in cyber crimes. Every day, here and there, we will read or we will listen some news around cybersecurity. Okay, and this is something very concerning, right? So that is one major reason behind. Looking at cybersecurity as a major or main uh, career in ahead days. Then second thing is data protection. So as all of you know, all the businesses are gathering the personal details of their clients in order to run various artificial intelligence models on the data in order to upscale or um, understand the upscale their business or understand the client needs. Okay. So when it comes to the data gathering, so it is very crucial thing to safeguard that data, right? Then the next point, why cybersecurity is very important is growing digitalization, that is digital transformation, I would say. So as all of you know, right from Pani Puri Wala till various big banks, so digital transactions are getting takes place across all tiers of businesses. Okay, so what does it signifies? I mean, also if you talk about marketing earlier, digital marketing trend was not there, but now it's there. So most of the businesses, let it be a small one or big one, they are you know taking the help of digital functions or digital um, services which are present out there in the market in order to you know transform their businesses and take it to the next level. So when it comes to the digitalization, so automatically cybersecurity will become the critical uh, function of that business. Then the very important and the fourth topic is national security concerns. So as all of you know, we see various geographical tensions across the globe, and earlier we used to have only this weapon wars. Now we can see there are cyber wars are also going on. I mean, various uh, uh, unethical agencies, they are trying to steal the data of government and they misuse it for their personal or unethical agendas. Okay, so so that reminds us that why and how cybersecurity is very important in this world or upcoming world as well. So now, if you talk about or if you look around the world, so day-to-day basis we see so many cybersecurity related news in various news platforms. So as you can see on the screen, I have gathered couple of them just to give you flavor of it. So 70% of cybercrime accused are youth. Then India lost 8 billion to cybercrime. Then the cyber cops dive to stop data leakages. So I mean the cyber issues related to data leakage, as we discussed in our previous slide. That is these various businesses are collecting personal details of clients or customers. That data is getting leaked. Then digital India privacy, and there is a urgent need of an, I mean, this Rajiv Chandrasekhar, he is one of the a well-known personality, so he is quoting there is urgent need of an overreaching comprehensive law in India on privacy and data protection. So he is emphasizing on that point. So the next is cybercrime cases go from 25 to 155 in just 2 months. So this is Delhi report, I guess. Then our Prime Minister is also emphasizing on the concerns related to cybersecurity and cyber threats. Then this CrowdStrike globally flew, which has happened early in 2024. I would say it is not a cyber attack, but it was a cyber issue only. Okay. Um, then after that, we can see India is amongst the number two victims of cybercrime. Then, in order to encounter all these, issues, ongoing issues, our force is also, I mean, the police force or respective agencies are also taking various, conducting various sessions. So, as you can see here, training on cyber forensic for Sikkim police. Likewise, then various corporate uh, people are also stepping into help stepping into this fight against cyber security in order to help our police force. So so these are the things which are out there. I mean, we can see this cyber crime rate which is you know happening, increasing day by day. So on the news which we have seen, various news articles which we had just seen, they are limited. I mean, I have gathered them predominantly for our Indian region. So even if you look at this data at apex level, I'll give you that view as well. Okay, this is a very interesting thing. I have gathered it for you only. So first, let's understand. um what is the global cybercrime cost growth from year 2010 till 2025? So, as you can see, these numbers are in billion dollars. Okay, so you can see how drastically it has grown from year 2010 till 2024. And this is just the cost associated with the cyber crimes. I mean, this much of money either got uh, lost, or either got this much of impacted due to cyber various cyber crimes. Okay, and if we, in order to cover up those losses, or in order to strengthen the security force against such cyber crimes, the overall budget which is spent on the cyber security at a global level from year 2025 till 2025, as you can see, it's again in billion US dollars. So early 2010, it was roughly around 50 billion US dollars. Okay, and if you talk about 2024, now it has become 500 billion US dollars. Whereas if we check the data in this, uh, the cost associated with the cyber crimes, earlier it was, somewhere around 500 or 600 billion dollars, where our allotted budget is currently, I mean, around 2024. By the end of 2024, it was around uh, 50 billion dollars. But if you look at the cybercrime cost, it was almost equal. It was almost equal to the amount lost in the year cybercrime. I mean, amount lost in cybercrimes in the year 2010. So you can see the delta here, right? I mean, it's a huge gap. So the currently the cost which is getting impacted due to the cyber crimes is around 9,000 billion US dollars, versus the budget which is allotted there for respective years, or I mean the till date, it is only 50 sorry 500 billion US dollars. So what it signifies, so it clearly says that there is a even much more demand, in order to tackle, or in order to create force against the cyber security issues. And in order to safeguard these assets, we should also have the expertise as well, right? So if you look at these numbers, so in year 2010, the professionals, cybersecurity professionals available worldwide, or they were working in this field worldwide, it was not even close to half a billion people. And now in 2024, it is, I mean, still, it is not that much as well. I mean, you can see this, right? It's 0.01 billion people present presently working in this cybersecurity domain, versus you can see the budget, the actual need which is there, it is very high, whereas the professionals which are available out there in the market, as far as concerned the cyber domain, they are very, very less. Okay, so it is clear and bold statement which is outlining us, or making us sure that there is a huge demand of cybersecurity professionals in the market right now as well as going forward. Okay, so we are clear about this thought, right? Now let's talk about what do you know about cybersecurity. So I mean, most of the professionals, or most of my colleagues or my friends, whenever I talk to them, or when I interact with new people or freshers, or the people who are working across various domains apart from cyber domain, that is in either they are in development, or either they are in mechanical or some other sectors. Okay, so as soon as they heard this word cybersecurity, they only think about, it's all about hacking. Okay, and it requires very high or techie skills, that is coding and all. But interestingly, let me tell you something. Hacking and this coding is just one small part of cybersecurity. Okay, you must be surprised, right? So yes, that's right. Actually, it's just one part of cybersecurity domain. The entire cybersecurity domain is very, very vast, actually. So now you will ask me, so tell us what is the bigger picture of cybersecurity, or what is that depth of cybersecurity, or what are all domains which are present out there in cybersecurity. So let's have a quick look at it, so that you yourself will get rid of that myth about cybersecurity is equal to hacking. So look at this. So as you can see, cybersecurity domains are spread across various different subdomains. Okay, so it when it comes to the cybersecurity major domain, so as you can see, we have security operations center, then threat intelligence is one of the domain, then we have user education, then career development, then security architecture domain, then physical security, then risk assessment, which itself has various, subdomains in it. Then we have governance domain. So as you can see, it's very large actually. So let's have a quick, brief about each, domain which are listed out here. So if you talk about risk assessment, so it has various subdomains, that is scanning the vulnerabilities within the system, then third-party risk assessments, penetration testing, then data center centric risk assessment, then source code scanning, then this fourth party risk assessment, then asset inventory evaluation. Then if you talk about governance, so it has laws and regulations to be checked. Then audits, so it comprises of both the internal and external audits. Then company written supervisory procedures, executive management involvement. Likewise, if we talk about security architecture, though, then architecture it further divided into this network design, data protection, that is data leakage protection, then secure application development, um, and then secure system building, cloud security, access control management. That further divided into identity and access management. So managing various privileged and non-privileged accounts and their accesses. Then security engineering. Then SOC department, that is Security Operations Center. It has various subdomains. That is again vulnerability management, DLP, that is data leakage prevention, active defense. Then incident response planning. Then SIEM. Then prevention, recovery, disaster recovery, and business continuity planning. So now you just ask yourself, how many of these domains you ever heard of earlier? Before this discussion. So no, right? But if you go to any organization, and I say any, that means that includes anything. It's not only limited to IT industry. If you go to any industry, maybe you can go to any mechanical industry. I'm talking about well-known organizations, okay? Or if you go to the pharma industry, or if you go to the electrical or electronics industry, so all the organizations have these cybersecurity domains or subdomains implemented, or they have the dedicated resources belonging to these domains which are actively working, to safeguard their information and their assets, digital assets or physical assets. So this is the actual depth of cybersecurity. Okay, and interestingly, out of all the list all the domains which are listed out here on your screen. So not all of them required coding and hacking and very techy skills to have in order to get into this domain. Okay, so and since this domain is very vast, this is one of the another reason why cybersecurity domain uh, has very mm, least number of experts or professionals available across the globe. It's very vast, right? People are not aware of all these things, and those who are aware of these things, they are making very decent money and also enjoying their job. That we will discuss further. Okay, so now let's talk about what are the easy uh, point or easy entry points in the into the cyber security. Okay, as we have discussed these many things now, obviously we will ask, so since there are a number of domains present out there or subdomains present out there, so Yogesh, what could be the best entry point since we are beginners, or we are working in very different domain like HR, or we are working, first of all, is it possible to um, get into uh, cybersecurity from other domains? So the answer is yes, very big yes. Why yes? Okay, you can get into cybersecurity irrespective of your background or irrespective of your number of years of experience. It could be zero or it could be 10, 15, 20, 30. You can get into cybersecurity at any point in time. Okay. Now let's understand what are the easy entry points for you. Okay. So I have listed here five major entry points where you can get into cybersecurity very easily. The first one is governance. So this domain talks about establishing policies and oversight to ensure cybersecurity aligns with business objectives. Okay. Then the second one is risk assessments, that is identifying and analyzing risk across various processes or various assets present out there in the application. How to do it, that we will discuss further, but first just understand what are the easy entry points. Then compliance, that is adhering to regulations and industry standards to maintain security and legal integrity. I mean, this domain talks about that. Then next one is frameworks, that is there are certain standard frameworks present out there which all organizations uh, follow in order to maintain the security in their cyber security in their environment. And the fifth one is security operations center. So as soon as you get expertise, or if you have some technical background, they can then you can think of this fifth domain, that is security operations center, that is SOC. So here you actually monitor and detect the vulnerabilities or threats or any issues or malwares present in the network, and you try to mitigate them or tackle them. So these teams work on those lines. So these are the five entry points that probably could have very easy entry for you in order to get into cybersecurity. Okay. Now let's talk about what all job opportunities are present in the you know uh, the domains we discussed right now, or what all roles present in out there in these domains which we discussed in the previous slide. If you talk about governance, so here we have very different roles. As you can see, here you have cybersecurity governance analyst role, then information security officer, that is ISO role, then CISO. It's quite on the it is quite for the experienced resources. Then security policy manager role, IT governance risk compliance specialist role. Then if you talk about risk assessment, then it's the cyber risk analyst, then IT risk assessor, risk and compliance manager, vulnerability assessment analyst, third party risk analyst. These are the roles which belong to risk assessment field. And then compliance field, that is compliance analyst role, then IT audit role, regulatory compliance manager, data privacy manager, who looks after, you know, um, data classifications and data security protocols, implementing the data security protocols within the organization. Then security compliance manager. Then if we talk about framework related roles, here we have IT security framework specialist, then cyber security consultant role, NIST ISO framework role. Then if we talk about SOC team, that is Security Operations Center, here we have SOC analyst, incident response analyst, threat intelligence analyst, security engineer role, or pen tester role. And along with this, we have very other roles as well, like the risk control assessor, then payment card industry, for here we have PCI DSS compliance specialist, data protection specialist, technology control specialist. Okay. And with the emerging trend, we have various roles related to AI technology as well. Those are nothing but ethical AI policy manager, then AI risk assessor, AI compliance associate. So why I have, listed all these roles, just to give you the idea that just look at the volume, look at the number of roles which are present out there. You can't even remember all these roles, and you just have to work for either of it. And very interesting part about this slide is, you won't believe, if you get into either of the domain, okay, either if you get into governance or if you get into risk assessment, it's very smooth and very easy to navigate between either of the domains. Okay, so for example, first year you're working for governance. Then if you think of, changing the role, then you can easily apply for the risk assessor role as well, since the overall background of all these roles will remain same. That is ensuring the control stance and security at organization. Process might be a little different for each and every rule, and that differs, organization to organization as well. That all we know, okay. But it's very smooth, and this is not the case within either of the profession available out there in the tech industry. What I mean is, if you are a Java developer, you can not easily get into .NET development, or if you are a cloud engineer, you cannot easily get into some other technology which is present out there, right? You have to again start from the scratch, and you have to learn that coding skills. You have to learn all those syntaxes and all, which is over a period of time, which is not possible. But this field is the only field which will give you that liberty to switch between either of the domains very easily and quickly. All the roles, I mean, these roles are available across all the organizations and all the various industries as well, I would say. I mean, if you are working as a cybersecurity governance analyst in finance domain, or some finance related organization, and if you want to, make your next career switch into the same role but in the different domain, that is, if you want to get into cybersecurity governance analyst for in pharma industry, then you can just apply it and you can easily get a job. So automatically it will dilute the competition, right? Correct. So this is the beauty of this cybersecurity domain, actually, which most of the people are not aware of. What they only think is cybersecurity means hacking, and I don't want to get into coding and all these things. But this is the beauty, boss. I mean, it's very, very convenient and very demanding skill. I'm talking about all these things on the basis of numbers, facts. Okay. Now let's talk about very important topic, that is vitamin M in cybersecurity. That is how much money is present in the cybersecurity jobs or this field. So I have brought some, average figures over here. So for example, if you have experience range between 0 to 4 years, that is, if you are a fresher, or if you have experience till 4 years, then in India you could easily get somewhere around 5 lakh to 10 lakh per annum. Okay. Whereas in euros, you can easily earn 40,000 to 55,000 euros per annum. Now, here is a catch. Why I purposely brought euros value over here. You must be thinking about it. I mean, some of you could be thinking about it, right? Why not USD? So, as all of you know, it's quite challenging to get the US visa and get a job over there. I mean, jobs are available over there, but to get there, it's very difficult. While as if you can talk about or consider about European countries, there is huge demand present in cyber domain out there, and companies or the employers upfrontly reach out to you and they will sponsor you the visa along with this level of compensation. Can you imagine? I mean, so many of my friends got there just through this domain and very quickly, easily. In fact, I also got such opportunities from there. Okay. So, and nobody, I'm telling you, nobody is going to tell you all the secrets or all the details which I'm explaining over here. So now, next slab is that is if you have experience somewhere around 5 years to 9 years, then you can easily get the annual compensation around 12 lakh to 26 lakhs per annum, whereas in euros 55,000 to 88,000 euros. And I'm not talking about this number of years of experience should be into, specific into cybersecurity. For example, let's take an example. If you are having 6 years of experience, okay, overall 6 years of experience, that could be either from mechanical or either from any production support role or any HR domain or some other role apart from cybersecurity, or if you are a Java developer or something like that. And if you just get grab some knowledge around it, have some good hands-on experience on it in your uh, private or I would say personal system, not necessarily into the organizations. So if you just have the knowledge, no, you will easily get the your next job switch into cybersecurity, and with this much of compensation, right? And the next lab is that is experience range is 10 years plus. So it is again, if you just look at the number, it's in India itself only 26 lakhs till there is no limit, but just for the sake of convenience, I had mentioned it as 72 lakhs per annum. And if you talk about outside of India or European countries, it could be around 1 lakh 10,000 euros to 2 lakh 25,000 euros. That is 2.5 crore की salary होगी, 2.25 crore की salary, right? And guys, these are not any fancy numbers. Again, just to give you a brief, I do not want to quote it here, but still, just to give you the confidence, I had made my career growth on these labs only, believe it or not. I can prove that at any point in time if anybody wish to, cross verify it. I had made it, and you can also do it very quickly and smoothly. I believe so. Okay. And I'm pretty sure, and I have seen it across the industries. No other industry or no other domain could give you so much of financial exposure or financial liberty as far as concerned this technology and the demand. So you must be happy after listening all these things, right? And there is something else on the top of money, that is job satisfaction. So here you will find very good work-life balance because here you will not be having any SLAs. Here you will not be chase any timelines in order to finish your work. Here you are the boss of your own task. Okay, you are the boss of your own territory, I would say. And since every new cyber threat is kind of puzzle, so you never get bored in this role. Every day is a learning day and you never ever get bored in this field actually. whatever role you pick across the domains which I just explained, you will be learning every day and you will be enthusiastic every day. So the repetitive work or ambiguity in the work will not make you, feel bored or something like that. Then the second perk is, as I told you, there are so many global opportunities. You just go on LinkedIn or any other platform, just type the roles which I just mentioned in the previous slide. You just copy either of the role out of those which I mentioned out there. Just type it in the LinkedIn and check how many job openings you will get at any point in time, at any point in month in the year, throughout the year. You will find the vacancies across the globe, and also you will get to see the salaries present out there for the jobs which I mentioned earlier. And you should you know tell me in the comments that whether the slabs which I mentioned over there, they are matching with the salaries which are mentioned out there in the either Naukri or some Gulf, this UAE portal, or some European job market. So that is kind of one small homework for you. Then the next perk for this about this job, this working in the cyber domain is, you will get work from home and work from anywhere opportunities. Since here, eh, most of the team members are working as individual contributors. Okay, so management generally do not mandate all of you to get together or something like that. I mean, uh, the people which I have seen, most of them either they work hybrid or they work from home or they work from remote locations, including myself. So this is the beauty of this job. Okay, which is something on the top of CTC which you will be getting. Now we'll talk about what are the required skills for this job roles which we discussed earlier. So predominantly there are four skills or four major points which you should consider in order to get a job in cybersecurity within the domains which I explained it to you earlier. Very first is risk management skill. So it's talk about knowledge of risk assessment methodology and processes. Okay. Then communication and stakeholder management skill. That means you should be able to translate or able to explain it to your stakeholders about the cyber risk. I mean, it's just a general thing, but you should have bare minimum communication skills for that. Okay, and with that you will just flourish in this industry. It is not I mean, those who have very good communication skills, it is good for them. Those who think they still have to improvise their communication skills, so for them as well, it's not need not to worry about anything. You will be able to easily get into this field and prove yourself with the uh, average communication skills as well. Then the next thing, which is very important thing, is that is knowledge around security frameworks and controls. Okay, there are various types of security frameworks like NIST, GDPR, SOC, then DORA, which is recently came into the picture. So these are the various security frameworks which are globally accepted frameworks by the organizations. So being a risk assessor or getting into the risk assessment or cyber domain, you should be having at least a flavor of all these domains. Okay, you need not to um, by heart all the domains or by heart all the documents related to this framework, but you should be at least aware of, I mean, what exactly it does, or you should have the essential knowledge around it, and the controls which are mentioned out there, or what that particular frameworks talk about. And the next fourth and very most important thing, that is right mentor and network. Okay, so only right mentor can give you a very good direction and will explain you all the secrets about, I mean, how to play with the things, how to get into this field, what are the easy ways, what should be the key areas you should be focusing on. So only a good mentor can guide you through. And of course network is very important thing in order to open more door, open door in order to open doors to new opportunities. Okay, and with my so far experience, I mean, I could be the best mentor, will be guiding to and giving you my network, those who are willing to, get into this domain. So, towards the conclusion part of our today's discussion, so we have discussed various domains within the cybersecurity. Then we understood what is the demand versus supply. I mean, what is the cyber increase in the cyber crime, and what is the trend and against number of professionals available across globe, and what is the need, what is the budget present out there. Then we also discussed about salaries present in this domain, and also we discussed about global job opportunities and respective pay scales in this domain. And uh, we also discussed about what are the required skills, you know to get a job. We discussed four major skills. You can um, just recall from our previous slide, or you can just rewind it and look at those four mandatory things or skills in order to get a job, easily get a job into the cyber domain. So this is the a very brief introduction about cybersecurity and myself. In the interest of time, I could not go beyond it, but those who are wish to kickstart their journey into cybersecurity, they can start at any point in time. They can contact me. They can visit my website cybercollege.com. There I have uh, created a sophisticated workshop for all of you in your first language, that is I mean our first language, being an Indian, that is Hindi. uh, you know so that this field, you should not sound very techie or sound. I have explained it in very good simple way. You can take a help of it, and feel free to reach out. Take care. Bye.